what happens in the PSL. Pakistan is always looking for their players or their commentators or everybody to be in India, but Indians cannot be there in Pakistan.
India has to take the first move and then Pakistan will reciprocate. But I just want...
Why?
You say the public doesn't want to play. Do the players want to play or not?
100%.
The players want to play. Does anybody talk to the players and ask them?
It's not as if they have a say in this.
Governments should ensure that cricket is kept sacred, sacrosanct.
BCCI will be guided by the government's views. They can ill afford. India, can afford. It will tarnish the T20 World Cup.
Big week for Indian cricket. Vaibhav Sooryavanshi on fire. 175 from 80 balls. 15 sixes and 15 boundaries. India win under 19 World Cup in style. Next target, T20 World Cup. But this World Cup is under shadow of politics. Bangladesh opts out, Pakistan to boycott India tie. India firm favourites to win the cup. T20 World Cup Roundtable.
Hello and welcome once again to the Roundtable this week. This week we will talk cricket, but we will also talk a bit of politics. Because with the World T20 kicking off this weekend, cricket and politics have converged like never before. Bangladesh has opted out of the World Cup after refusing to play in India. Pakistan has said it won't play against India in support of Bangladesh. India, of course, are the superpower of world cricket and unarguably the favourites to win the T20 World Cup once again and retain the crown they won 2 years ago. All of this has left a lot of questions unanswered. Today on the Roundtable, we are very privileged first to be joined by some very special guests. Joining us now is the one and only one of the legends of Indian cricket. Sunil Gavaskar joins us. I'm also joined by Madan Lal, World Cup winner 1983. Atul Wassan joins us, former India player. And I'm also joined from Pakistan by Fareshteh Aslam. She is, of course, a journalist who tracks sport in Pakistan and cricket. Appreciate, Fareshteh, you joining us from there. I'm going to put some big questions to you all, and I want you all to sort of give your views on those big questions. The big questions are quite simply this. Bangladesh pull out and no India-Pakistan match. Is this an embarrassment for India as host? That's the first question. The second question that I want to pose, can we really keep politics out of sport? Is that really possible? The third question that we will raise on the round table, are India firm favourites to win the cup? And yes, once the cricket begins, will the politics be forgotten? Mr. Gavaskar, why don't you start first? Do you believe that in some way what's happened over the last couple of weeks has shadowed this World Cup? Or once the cricket starts, the politics is automatically forgotten?
Well, definitely, I think, when you have these controversies just before the first ball is bowled, they will dominate the headlines, no question about it. But again, once the first ball is bowled, then the concentration will definitely be on what is happening because each team, its followers will be looking at what's happening, willing their teams to get on to the next game. So clearly, I think, yes, for the next maybe 24 hours or so, there will still be talk about what has happened off the field. But come Saturday, I think the focus will be on cricket.
Are you surprised, though, by all that has happened? I know you've seen over the years the ups and downs, including the India-Pakistan relationship over the years. Are you surprised, or do you believe there's an inevitability that given the kind of political environment, sports will get tangled in it?
I'm surprised because Pakistan had made it clear that they do not want to play in India, and that is the reason why all their matches were scheduled in Sri Lanka. And therefore, for them to now say that they are not playing, against India is a surprise. They haven't given a reason why they don't want to play India. We are all assuming that it's in support of Bangladesh. Bangladesh not being allowed to participate in the tournament. So we're just assuming it. You know, that's a presumption that we shouldn't really be having. We should wait for an official statement from the Pakistan Cricket Board about whether that is really the case. But otherwise, there is no reason for Pakistan not to play India only, while they're going to play other countries in Sri Lanka, because there's no security issue over there. So clearly, I think we just need to wait for Pakistan Cricket Board to give a reason why they've been told by their government not to play.
Atul Wassan, I saw you came out very strongly saying, look, we've got to draw a line with Pakistan. You can't just before a World Cup decide you're not coming and playing against India. When a hybrid model has been organized for you to go and play in Sri Lanka, what is the reason you believe Pakistan is taking a stand? And do you believe that sanctions should be imposed against Pakistan for it?
I said before, like, hell hath no fury as a woman scorns. So they're just trying to find any given reason just to spite India. The confusion is that if they have got a problem with ICC, then they should not be deciding to not play against India, you know. So they feel, I think everybody knows that they feel BCCI and ICC is the same, which is the wrong narrative actually, because there is a voting system and they don't have any support. So just to get to this point and just keep everybody on tenterhooks and just to support Bangladesh and just find a reason is I think pure madness, because they know they can't afford the damages. The cricket is suffering anyway. They have not recovered since Sri Lankan players got attacked in Pakistan. The cricket has gone down. And if this goes down, I think Pakistan is helping India's cause, because whenever we play Pakistan, there is a lot of backlash in India also. And we don't want to play them in bilateral, because the problem is that because we just a necessary evil. But now, if the whole world...
Would you penalize them? Would you penalize them if they don't play?
I think they are playing into the hands where we want them to be ostracized by the whole cricketing world. And I think then everybody will be happy, because they, as it is, are not winning. So I don't know why they are just playing this hard
So
ball.
you're saying Pakistan should be ostracized, but I want to bring in Fareshteh, who now can hear us. Lines between India and Pakistan get often disconnected in this day and age. What is the real reason, Fareshteh, that Pakistan doesn't want to play against India in Colombo?
I think one short word, Rajdeep. It's called bullying. The bullying that's gone on forever and ever. First at the national levels between the two countries, then via ICC. And I think it's got to a point where enough is enough. And
Be specific. When you say bullying, what does it mean? That the Indian team didn't shake hands with the Pakistanis during the Asia Cup? The fact that the Pakistanis claim India has double standards, that you keep Bangladesh out of the World Cup by not allowing them to play in Sri Lanka, but India could play in Dubai during the Champions Trophy. What is this bullying? Is it the fact that ICC is dominated by India that troubles Pakistan?
all of that, Rajdeep, all of that. Plus the fact that it has to be a level playing field for every team. And that is clearly not been the case for so many years. And,
but it was Pakistan that had agreed to play in Sri Lanka. Fareshteh, Pakistan had agreed to play in Sri Lanka. So what suddenly changed?
Subsequently, I don't know what changed. I don't know what got into their mind. But subsequently, I think a decision was taken that we have to stop being the person who's put in the corner, or the team that's put in the corner here. We have to stand up and say, we're not going to take this. And that's what they did. It's like a team building up. They had to take the lid off, and now everybody's in it.
Let's use that word. A word has been used, bully. Are we the bullies, Sunil Gavaskar, of world cricket? Yes, we are the superpowers. The revenues come here. Maximum revenues come from India. That's how the game has changed. But have we become bullies? Have we not understood the kind of soft power we are? Are we misusing it?
No, we're not. I mean, give me examples of bullying. I mean, it's the easiest thing to say that, you know, we are bullying. But everything is out there before the first ball of the tournament is bowled. If you're talking about the Champions Trophy, where India had from the beginning said that, you know, they will not go to Pakistan. And so all their matches were held in Dubai. But that was known even before, long before the tournament even started. So clearly, there is no bullying over there. India made its stand clear. And if the ICC had at that stage said nothing doing, maybe India would not have participated in the tournament. I don't know. It never came to that. It's a hypothetical situation. So I don't see where the bullying comes in. I think it's an easy word to use to look at making excuses for yourself that you're being bullied. Okay, then stand up to the bully. The best answer is always stand up to the bully. Show that
how do you do that? How do you see the thing is? I just read or heard Nasir Hussain, the former England captain, actually coming out in support of Bangladesh in particular, saying Bangladesh should have been given an option to perhaps play in Sri Lanka. Then saying that removing Mustafizur by a private franchise like KKR under pressure was the wrong step to take, and that there are double standards. That's what Nasir Hussain is suggesting. Your view, do you believe Nasir Hussain is right to say that ICC is practicing double standards, that they should have allowed Bangladesh to play in Sri Lanka?
It was a 14-2 decision.
Yes.
It wasn't a decision taken by the BCCI. It was a decision to which Australia, England, South Africa, New Zealand, everybody was a party. So, to say what double standards are there? What double standards are there that, the whole idea is just because there is an ICC chairman who is an Indian, an ICC CEO who's an Indian, they are not taking these calls. There was a meeting, 16 people sat there. Maybe there was a virtual, some of the guys might have been on a Zoom call, and they had to put their hands up. Yes, no. 2 people put their hands up, no. That whether Bangladesh should be allowed,
So it was not, India wasn't bullying those other 14 members, no chance.
No chance. It's the easiest excuse to give. When things don't go your way, the easiest excuse to give is, India is bullying, India is putting pressure. Well, you people stand up to it, no?
Now, how do you stand up?
You're independent. You're independent. You are an independent, body. ECB, Cricket Australia, Cricket South Africa, you're all independent bodies. Why do you have to do what BCCI says?
Oh, so you see, but that's exactly what now, you see, Nasir Hussain seems to suggest, what if India 1 month before a major tournament said we want to play in a third country? The ICC, according to him, would have accepted India's conditions. You don't agree with that, right? Mr. Gavaskar, you don't agree that ICC would have made a special case for India. That's what Nasir Hussain claims.
Well, this is hypothetical. We don't know.
It's hypothetical.
Yeah. But the reason, the reason is that Bangladesh came out and saying that there is a security concerns in India just because one player was taken out from a private franchise.
But wasn't that the wrong thing to do? The point is, they've stood up in their own way. Bangladesh has said, okay, we will forsake this tournament. We will stand up for our self-respect. Pakistan is a strange decision. We still don't know why they're doing it. But when you say, Mr. Gavaskar, that if these countries feel so strongly, they should stand up, what does that mean? Opt out like Bangladesh and not play the World Cup? What does that mean exactly when you say?
What it means is very simply that when that issue came up for discussion,
yes,
whether Bangladesh should be allowed to play in Sri Lanka, all of them should have stood up and said, yes, they should be allowed to play in Sri Lanka.
All the other countries?
Yes. They didn't. They said, no. We don't need to change. Because look, by changing that, you are asking for the whole draw to be changed.
Yeah.
So you were asking for the whole draw to be changed, and which meant that other teams who were to play Bangladesh in India would all have to go and play in Sri Lanka.
Yes. And it would set a dangerous precedent for the future.
Correct. And that is the reason I think the other boards also said that no, Bangladesh will not be allowed. Now, Bangladesh, to their credit, have accepted it gracefully. And that is, they've accepted in sporting spirit, if one might use the word, they've accepted the ICC decision in a sporting manner. Fine, you don't agree with us, but so therefore we will not play, let somebody else come in. So we have to, I would, say well done to Bangladesh for standing by their decision. But for another country, if that's what we are being told, another country to come in and say, because this happened, we are not going to play, that is this thing. Your other teams are playing. Your under-19 teams are playing India, under-19 teams. Your women's team is going to play the Indian women's team in an emerging country, this thing on the same day, 15th of February. So what are you talking about?
I'll bring my studio guests in a moment. Final word from you, Fareshteh, since you've got to, I want to understand from you. How does the public in Bangladesh, in Pakistan view this? Are they supporting this decision not to play with India? This was always the big match. I mean, Imran Khan versus Gavaskar is what my generation lived for. Wasim
Yes,
Akram versus
absolutely.
Tendulkar.
Absolutely, you're right there. But I think the Pakistan public, as of today, is quite supportive of the cricket board's decision. Everyone I've spoken to, from the man on the street to the man and men and women in office, have said that, it's about time Pakistan put its foot down. Their
But put
manner
its foot
of
down
doing
on what?
so
But
has
why?
to be questioned.
I mean, what? Put its foot down, why? Because we didn't shake hands with the players, because the external
No,
environment is...
Rajdeep, that is all part of it. The thing that rankles as well is that willy-nilly, Pakistan and India are always placed in the same group so that one big match has to happen. Why does it have to happen? That doesn't happen in any other sport in the world. That's one form of bullying that the BCCI and ICC have it their own way because they want that one big match. Look at any sport. Give me any example from any sport in the world, and you will know that this is not quite kosher, Rajdeep. So it's things like that. It's not allowing players to play in franchise matches. All these things, it builds up, and there comes a point where you say, "We will not take this."
Well, I just want to
Yes.
I just want to interrupt over there and ask what happens in the PSL. I think you are worried about Pakistan players not being allowed to play the IPL. How many Indians are anyway allowed to be anywhere near PSL? Not just the players, commentators, anything, nobody. Nobody's there. So it is always India who is looking to have somebody from Pakistan is always looking for their players or their commentators or everybody to be in India. But Indians cannot be there in Pakistan.
But the
so
BCCI,
what are we talking about here?
Will the BCCI allow that, Mr. Gavaskar? Will the BCCI allow?
No, players they might not allow.
Right.
Current players who are contracted, they might not allow. But there are players who might have just finished and who will still be good enough. I mean, if you have a Faf du Plessis, retired players who are playing in the PSL, surely there are a lot of Indian players who could be approached. Have they been approached? You have never approached them.
Fareshteh, ताली दो हाथ से बजती है.
Have any commentators
I
been
would
approached?
love for-
No. So
I would love for
this
Sunny
business.
to come and commentate again in Pakistan. But the fact of the matter is that India, being the bigger neighbor, has to first reciprocate an arrangement like that and see how fast the doors open.
Okay, so you're saying India has to take the first move and then Pakistan will reciprocate. But I just want...
Why? Why does India always have to make the first
She
move?
says the bigger neighbor.
Indian Premier League, Pakistani players were there for the first 2 years.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
It's only after what happened in 2008 in Mumbai
Yes.
that, the Pakistani players were not allowed, and after that has not happened.
Yes.
But after that, you tell me what has happened after PSL came. How many Indian players, just retired players, okay, current players, contracted players would not be allowed to go, maybe, fair enough. But who have been approached? Would a Yuvraj Singh be approached? Yuvraj is still playing. Would a Suresh Raina be approached? Suresh Raina is still playing. Would a Shikhar Dhawan be approached to play PSL? They have not been approached. So let's not have this business of saying that, only India should be approaching, for commentators and everything. I do not think that is the correct way.
Okay.
It has to be from both sides. It should not be that only India should make the first move.
Fareshteh, you got to get your contacts in the PCB to say approach Yuvraj Singh. We'll see the reaction in India if Yuvraj agrees. My worry is no Indian player in this atmosphere would even agree.
That's another matter.
Yeah,
that's another matter. But at least come and see, then we'll know.
Okay. Mr. Gavaskar, you're saying why doesn't Pakistan, for example, invite our commentators or cricketers, ex-cricketers to play in the PSL? They could turn around and say, why don't you invite our cricketers to play the IPL or commentate in India? And if anyone does take the invitation, they'll be dubbed anti-national. So how do you resolve that? Should we also be inviting then Pakistani commentators to commentate IPL or play in the IPL?
Well, we have already. We started in 2008. We did have the Pakistanis playing in the IPL. I think just about every franchise had a Pakistani player. I think we also had Pakistani commentators.
But
during
today,
the
if they,
IPL,
but
we had,
sir, with due regard, if today anyone is invited or you are asked to come to Pakistan and you agree, you will be dubbed anti-national.
But-
This competitive jingoism, doesn't it trouble you?
but ask me, na? The question is, we are never asked. Nobody from India is ever asked.
Would you
That
go?
is the point I was making, is that, Pakistan wants always India to invite, but we've never heard, I'm talking even before this, the relations got to the state that they are in today. There was hardly anything. How many of our singers, how many of our, maybe say, film stars are invited to act in Pakistani films? Or even before, like I said, before relations.
They'll be called anti-national, sir.
No. Before it got
Right.
it got to the stage that we are in today. Yes, today everybody. I mean, today you would be called, but before that, it's never happened. It's always we who are making that first move. We are the ones who are always, reaching out. So that is the only thing that I was saying. When we talked about this bullying and stuff like that was going on, we are not bullying anybody. We are just minding our own business.
I want to, at this moment, turn to something, and Madan Lal ji, I want to come to you on this, the not shaking hands. You are an old-style cricketer, Madan Lal ji, one of our, I will never forget what you did in that '83 World Cup final. But do you believe you should shake hands before, after the game, or do you support? Because that also led to a lot of bad blood.
I think Rajdeep, Indian team should have handshake Pakistani.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so. It's a sports, तो आप जाएं, हाथ मिलाएं, आपके जीतने से ही आपका जो होगा मैंने देखा है कि फॉर द लास्ट 5-6 ईयर जब भी क्रिकेट शुरू होती है पॉलिटिक्स स्टार्ट हो जाती है और इसका ये देखिए पाकिस्तान जो है पाकिस्तान हमें नीचे दिखाना चाहता है एक बांग्लादेश की वजह से उन्होंने अपना इतना बड़ा डिसीजन ले लिया जो कि उनको खेलना चाहिए मैच आपकी क्रिकेट कैसे ग्रो करेगी आपकी क्रिकेट ग्रो कर ही नहीं सकती अगर आप ऐसे डिसीजन लेंगे कम से कम अपनी सोच तो ठीक करिए आपकी सोच ही नहीं ठीक है
बिल्कुल मैं मानता हूं लेकिन क्या आप मानते हैं कि मुस्तफिजुर को इस तरह से टारगेट करना भी गलत था वहीं से तो ये शुरू हुआ सब एक खिलाड़ी आईपीएल के लिए आ रहा है गुड प्लेयर उसका तो कोई लेना देना नहीं पॉलिटिक्स से पर उसको टारगेट करके फिर बांग्लादेश गुस्सा हो गया फिर पाकिस्तान आता है where does it all start my problem is all of this becomes one thing leads to the other who will say ki bas ab bas ye sab as you rightly said Pakistan should be playing for Pakistan's cricket growth Fareshteh what about the players you say the public doesn't want to play do the players want to play or not
100%.
the players want to play does anybody talk to the players and ask them
it's not as if they have a say in this.
You see, that's part of the problem. The players have no say. You see, Atul Wassan, what about the players themselves? If I'm a player, a young Pakistani player, I want to play against India. If I score runs against India, I'll become an overnight hero. That entire concept is also being snatched away from the players. I mean, surely the players should have a say in this sport or not?
Well, you're right, actually. I think ever since we've stopped playing cricket with Pakistan, in bilateral series, the quality of cricket in Pakistan, cricketers also has gone down. I think they are suffering because you're right, that used to egg them on and then anybody used to go play above themselves and, try to perform against India. But I think nobody listens to them. They don't have any mandate. So I think this question to ask what the players want to do is wasteful. And I think what happens in Pakistan and what is in that regard, nobody is missing much, even if you don't go to PSL. But the point is that the issue is that why is the Pakistan, what happens if they progress to eliminators and further they have to play India again? So they have to make their position clear now.
Okay.
And I think ICC is also mollycoddling them after their threat because they could have taken out Pakistan the same day and brought back Bangladesh.
Because
that
you
would have
see,
been
interestingly, Pakistan has not officially yet issued a statement that we are boycotting. It's at the moment no statement. Will there be an official statement for Fareshteh or not?
To the madness. They're trying to delay it
is
as much.
Pakistan in a way playing the politics of brinkmanship? Last moment they will decide. Why hasn't Pakistan Fareshteh issued a statement yet? Official statement.
Rajdeep, I'm not a spokesperson for the PCB. Nor
Okay.
am I connected to Pakistan cricket that closely at all to make an official decision on that. But so many things have changed, Rajdeep. I remember a time when I was covering cricket, and of course there was always brickmanship and a little bit of bad blood in the public. When India didn't want to tour, And I remember Jagmohan Dalmia and Bindra and officials of the BCCI telling the Indian government that, well, as chairman of BCCI, I want to play Pakistan. If you don't want to, as the government, you make the statement. Now, tell me, will that something like that ever happen in today's India?
Well, you see,
So a lot of things change.
I take your point. A lot has changed. Can I just for a moment switch from there to what will give us joy, which is the cricket itself? I have just 5 minutes, and I want to ask all of you, starting with you, Mr. Gavaskar, would I be right in saying that this Indian team has an aura much like the West Indians when it came to 50 overs and Test cricket in the late 70s, early 80s, or the Australians in the early 2000s? Or in T20 cricket, no team has aura because every team has power hitters. How do you see it? Are we firm favourites?
We are favourites because of the way kind of cricket that the Indian T20 team has been playing over the last several months. Also, I think looking at the form of the other teams, Pakistan now beat Australia quite comfortably in the T20 matches just now in Pakistan. The Australian team without Cummins and with Hazelwood not being 100%, Smith not being in the team, doesn't quite look like the world beaters, of yore. And if you see, the one team that really looks very good is the England team. An England team, England won just 2 years, two editions back. England won the T20 World Cup. So they are actually the most dangerous team, along with South Africa. So I think these are the teams that India will be looking a little bit, worried about or concerned about. But otherwise,
These are your top four then? India, England,
South Africa, and New Zealand.
New Zealand.
Yep.
And any dark horse that you see, your good old friends from the West Indies, not quite what they were but they have power hitters.
Well, the dark horses obviously would be Australia and Sri Lanka.
Interesting. Interesting. Madan Lal ji, your favorite? Which team do you think is most likely? Abhishek Sharma comes from your old town of Amritsar. He seems to have changed the way the game is played. I mean, these are cricketers who call them, can go and hit a six of the first ball.
This is one of the best Indian team I ever seen, because if you look at all the batsmen, they have a strike rate of more than 150 percent. And even the bowlers, if you talk about the bowlers, they have economy rates of 6, 7, or 8, that which is very, very good in.
So India firm favorites
in 20 cricket. And definitely, if you analyze all the teams, India is a favorite because one thing has been changed with the Indian cricket team: fearless cricket. They are not scared to hit the ball. They are the way it should be played. 2020 cricket, they are playing. The intensity of the cricket is fantastic.
I know Mr. Gavaskar doesn't like the use of that word fearless, right? You have a problem with the use of the word fearless. Is the cricket fearless, or is it just the way the game is played? I sometimes wonder, Mr. Gavaskar, if you had played T20 cricket, would you have stepped out first over to hit the bowler over his head? Honest answer.
100%.
100%.
In the first over of the Jubilee Test in 1979-80, I hit a 6.
I know.
Over long gone.
John Lever, I think.
Correct. So if I could do that, so many years ago, certainly now in 2026, maybe not, I wouldn't have the strength today to hit, considering I'm, my age, I wouldn't be able to hit a 6, but maybe a boundary.
No, but you would have got better bats, so you would have been easily able to do it.
Rajdeep, can you imagine, last match, there were more sixes than fours.
The 100 against New Zealand, when he hit 100 against New Zealand, I have seen him playing club cricket much later in life. And he would come and tong the bowlers for 6. So Sunil Gavaskar, for those who don't know, could have played T20 cricket very well and would have been a champion at it. Atul Wassan, your favourites, India?
First of all, I must say that fearless is the epitome of the word is Sunil Gavaskar. Because, when he used to bat, there was a chance to die. They could be Virat, they
so
could be
what's the
Tendulkar.
word to use for these players then?
They are fearless because, they are...
Bindas. They play bindas.
Big bang balances and fearless of what is going to happen to them later in the life.
Yeah.
For having said that, but I must say that, in this format, this is the nature of the beast, that any given day underdog can win. So I would never predict, no team is so far ahead of other teams that not the days of West Indies in 80s, where you knew they were going to win. But now everybody is at par, and T20, on a given day, you can have the curveball. So I will never write off any team.
Is there any player you're looking forward to, Mr. Gavaskar? I mentioned Abhishek Sharma a couple of times, but there are many others across teams. Dual Brevis, I saw him the other day. He seems a magical player. Some of the shots they play. Do you see any player who stands out for you?
Yes, Travis Head. Travis Head from Australia. Looking forward to seeing him play. Looking forward to seeing the England captain, Harry Brook, and Jacob Bethel also play. These are the guys, Phil Salt. These are some wonderful players. Kamindu Mendes from Sri Lanka. So I think this should be a very, very good team. And I'm also looking forward to some of the Pakistani players playing because
Fareshteh,
they're entertaining players as well.
You have a favorite? Do you think India is going to win? Do you have a favorite? Okay, we've again lost contact to Fareshteh, but I want to ask Mr. Gavaskar in conclusion, lots of shots are played. Would you play the reverse sweep to a fast bowler? It's one thing to go and hit him over his head, which I'm sure you would do. Would you be tempted to play a reverse sweep of a fast bowler without a helmet?
Without a helmet, no. I think then you need an appointment with a neurosurgeon and a dental surgeon without a helmet.
If you take out the helmet from today's T20, the average score will be 140.
And then we'll see.
Interesting.
And then we'll see fearless.
Even in the test matches.
Yeah.
And then we'll see the word fearless.
Yes.
Okay. Wonderful to have all of you on this conversation. As I said, we're all looking forward to this T20 World Cup, and we hope that the cricket will take over from all the politics that has taken place over the last couple of weeks, because the sport must triumph over all. And this was the first part of the show. Mr. Gavaskar, Madan Lal, Atul Wassan, Fareshteh, thank you very much for joining us here on our Cricket Roundtable.